When I was 23 years of age, I opted for minor surgery, which required general anesthesia. The doctors decided to use an anesthetic called halothane, which is a gas that goes into your nose. I remember counting from 10 to 1 and then going to sleep. All of a sudden, I was floating in the room. I saw how the doctors and nurses were rushing around my body and trying to resuscitate me. At that point, I did not realize that I was dead. I rapidly found out that I was pure energy as I started traveling to several places simultaneously. I was able to visit my parents, my brother, and go wherever I wanted to go. It was amazing to be able to be in multiple times at the same time. I was able to understand how the universe works. I could understand the complexity and simplicity of how everything is connected. I understood the laws of physics and how I was part of that network of energy. The feeling of freedom and peace was overwhelming. The sense of being a thought and traveling at the speed of light to all parts of the universe was fascinating to me. Then I felt pulled to a tunnel made of pure light. The more time spent looking at that light in that tunnel, the bigger the light became. At one point, I was inside of a beautiful white space with clouds in the background. I started feeling the presence of a powerful being. I did not see or hear it. I just knew that I was in the presence of pure love, comprehension, and empathy towards me. It felt like when your mom hugs you unconditionally. It was pure joy, pure love, and pure understanding. There was no judgment towards me. We started a telepathic conversation that wasn't in any language. The conversation took place between two entities of energy that understood each other. It was projected inside of me, all my existence and experiences to that point in my life, like the important moments and/or decisions that I made as a human. I realized that although I was a good kid, I was living a life without purpose and without doing anything significant for others. The Supreme Energy asked me if I was happy with my life. I answered that I did the best I could based on what I knew. I wanted to stay in that place close to him from now on. The Supreme Energy told me that time and space do not exist for him, that she could wait for me if I needed more time. At that point, I started to think on what my legacy on Earth would be if I never returned to Earth. I remember that I wanted to finish my studies, that I wanted to have a family with 4 kids. My deepest desire was to assist others on planet Earth, and that my mission was not finished yet. Then, God said, it looks like you need to return. It is your decision to either stay here, go back in your body, or go back in a different body. But you have to make a decision now. And just like that, I decided to go back to planet Earth and into my own body. A flash of light rushed towards me into space. The light was flying fast through the cosmos, stars, trees, and so forth. I started descending into my body as I saw my body, the nurses and doctors in the room. My body was covered with ice and in a sort of metallic container. I started to move and doctors rushed over to help me. I remember that it was very painful to be inside my body again. I found out after a while that I was clinically dead from cardiac and respiratory failure caused by an extremely high body temperature. I was dead for around 15-20 minutes. I was in a military hospital in Colombia where the doctors were very young and still learning. There was a lot of confusion about the situation. After waking up, my life changed forever. I started living my life with more gratitude and purpose. Every day is a new beginning for me, full of opportunities to fulfill my dreams. I have created a deep purpose in life and started to influence other people's lives. I learned how to heal myself and others. I learned how to have out-of-body experiences and travel the universe. I learned how to read Akashic records for others. And I fulfilled my dream of having 4 kids. At present time, Dec 17th, 2024, I am certain that beings in other dimensions are coming to our planet to assist us, and I am part of that process plan. I am not afraid of anything. I have accomplished some amazing things in life, and am a believer that we all are gods, creating our universe through our intentions. I was floating in darkness with the awareness that I was not alone. I heard unearthly, robot-like voices that were announcing human events. Then I was in a very bright room with people I recognized, but did not know who they were. A red dragon moved slowly past. It wasn't frightening, it was beautiful. The sky seemed to rip open, and I saw a landscape unfold before me. The scene was beautiful and shining brightly gold. It seemed to manifest as I was watching. Then I was taken to a place that looked like a mountain meadow. I was able to zoom into an almost microscopic level. Each spot I chose to zoom into was a memory. I relived the memories from the perspective of every person impacted by my actions, not only those directly involved. I also relived memories from people who were affected indirectly by my actions, who were impacted by their involvement with those directly impacted by my actions. It was made clear to me that what was important was not my actions, but how my actions made others feel. The things I expected to be punished for were not a big deal because there was no judgment. However, my tiniest actions and their impact on others were important. I remembered commenting to a younger woman that she looked beautiful. That simple act had changed her entire day. I witnessed that leaving a negative review for a product that had few reviews had left the entrepreneur who launched the product very angry. His anger impacted his family. The loss of sales had a serious impact on the finances of his entire young family. I could feel entities around me. I somehow knew they were ancestors, but not specifically who was there. I could feel my son's spirit. He passed 6 months before I attempted suicide and was the main reason I wanted to die. I was not allowed to see him because if I saw him, I would have chosen to stay there and not return to my life. But I could feel him near. I had the distinct feeling or knowing I had a choice. It wasn't vocalized to me, but I knew. I don't remember returning to my body, but I regained consciousness. The emergency room doctors who had saved me visited me a couple of days later. One of them told me that I had chosen an impossible drug to reverse the physical effects and that I should never have survived. She was in tears when she told me they tried everything. I told her that I wasn't planning to survive. I had planned my suicide from the day my son died, and I had planned it perfectly. Something more powerful than me did not want me dead. My friends and I were having fun. They mixed marijuana in my drink without telling me. I am allergic to marijuana because it triggers my panic attack disorder. The doctor strictly told me not to take marijuana again, or else I would die. After drinking my drink, I started experiencing a panic attack. It was like I was having a heart attack. I told my friends to take me to the hospital, but they wouldn't do it. Instead, they locked me in the house with them. My mouth started to dry and I felt all the symptoms of dying. Suddenly, a white light came to me. I felt like I was in an out-of-body state. I could hear my friends' thoughts as they were sitting by my side. Then, from the white light, our Hindu god Sri Krishna came and asked me to come with him. On the other side of that light, there was so much peace, and on the opposite side was so much chaos. All past events were revised in my mind. It felt like I could see the future of my parents after my death. God was forcing me to come with him, but I was a bit confused. After my death, there would be nobody to take care of my parents. Slowly, I realized that I was dead and I should go with God, or otherwise I would become a ghost. After some time, my friends tried to wake me up. I could see them, but couldn't feel any sensation. God told me that if I wanted to go with my friends, then I couldn't come with him. Suddenly, my friends threw water in my face. I became a little conscious then. After 3 to 4 hours, I understood that I was not dead. After this incident, I became more religious. I am fearful if this happens again because I don't know what to do.